works at Surf Simply, whether they're a coach, they work in the kitchen, or they work in some administrative role, just very kind, very thoughtful, very considerate, very genuine in wanting to get to know you and wanting to make sure you have a good experience, wanting to make sure you connect with the people that are here. I think give the right vibe for a really positive experience.
So you come in and within an hour it feels like your family.
I was looking kind of at some trips to Costa Rica a few years ago, and I kind of came across surf camps and surf experiences, and I found Surf Simply, and it sounded very intriguing. So my wife and I came here for our anniversary, and I fell in love with it. Fell in love with surfing, and obviously fell in love with Surf Simply itself. And so that's kind of where I kind of developed the passion for it.
I started surfing when I was in high school. I had a friend who was a big surfer, and we lived about 2 hours inland from Oceanside, California, and he would take me surfing when we were in high school. And so just learned on my own, trying to imitate what he was doing.
I started surfing after we were married and we moved to San Diego, and we loved doing outside things together, and Brett was surfing, so I wanted to surf too.
When I was a teenager and grew up with friends, and I was living by the Atlantic coast near Bordeaux, Biarritz. I used to surf when I was a kid, yeah.
Well, I grew up in Venezuela, didn't really surf in Venezuela, and then finally I transferred to a school in Central Florida, in sort of Martin County, north of Palm Beach. And that's where I met like a Peruvian surfer, an Ecuadorian surfer, and all these other surfers that were hanging out there. And that's where I spent like a year and a half surfing in that area of Florida.
My first time surfing was actually with Eric Benson, who was on this trip. Probably in 2003 or 4, he was at San Diego in law school, and we just went out on our own with longboards and got pummeled.
Pretty much this week, I'd surfed maybe 2 or 3 times, real surfing, and then this week I've surfed probably 10 times more than I had previously.
So I'm from Utah, so we would wakeboard when I was young. I did a lot of wakeboarding, a lot of water sports, but about when I got married, it was when I got married. My wife was, before we got married, my wife was going to school in Hawaii. So I went out and visited her and just got a longboard in Waikiki and went surfing, and I thought this is way fun.
I started surfing on a board that was in my childhood garage at our local beach, and had no idea what I was doing. My dad gave me a few pointers because he had surfed a little bit when he was growing up, but truly didn't really know what I was doing, and just messed around on this board that was probably waterlogged, and with friends.
I came to Surf Simply. This maybe is I would say this is kind of my debut into surfing. So.
I've had tremendous coaches every time I've come here, so it's always neat to kind of figure out who your coach is going to be. And Ollie was great at helping me figure out kind of the next steps for me to take this week, what I could work on, where I was improving, where I was lacking a little bit. And he was great at identifying sort of my strengths and weaknesses and helping me get better.
Yeah. If I haven't stepped back much, maybe I'm just using my hips. My turn is broader and longer. Okay, so the cut back, it ends up being big and long and brings you down to the flats.
Right.
And as we step back more, it allows you a sharper, more aggressive turn. So what I would like to do for both of you is get that back foot moving more.
Yeah.
Okay, where we can like accelerate, maybe just like step back, so you have more access to things beyond 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8.
So I was working with Gabrielle, who was awesome, great energy, great surfer, gave me a lot of really good tips, things that I'd never even thought about, and He was a lot of fun to be around, always brought really positive energy, and I really, really loved working with him.
So just instead of going down all the way here, she takes her time, sets that rail, see how she's locking that right elbow, no rush to pop up, looking down the line, into functional stance, feet, hips, hands, head.
Best advice was really where to put my feet on the board. I hadn't really thought about where to put the sides of the board or the rails. I'd never even thought about that. I just thought stand up on the board and get going. And this week I learned, no, you can control the board with your feet. And then seeing myself in the water and watching what I was doing right and what I wasn't doing right was amazing.
I am not a fan of selfies or self videos. And when they first started filming everything, I went, oh, I really don't want or need to be filmed. The filming was invaluable in learning.
It's so valuable to have the instructor be able to show you every little piece of what you did wrong and how you can be better, and also what you did right, just to be able to keep doing that. So really beneficial. I think I've said everything. I think the main thing that I've been so impressed with is just the skill that and the way that Surf Simply has put together the program to be able to teach from the very first beginner all the way to a super advanced surfer how to be better. And I think that's the whole purpose for, you know, Surf Simply, is to improve your surfing and your ability to get out there and do what you want in the water. And they've done it in such a simple way. I guess that's why it's called Surf Simply.
One word that comes to mind when I think of the experience here is there's a real camaraderie amongst the coaches and the staff, of course. And it's like a family, and I think that people genuinely enjoy coming to work and being together. And I would say that about the Surf Simply team, and then also about the people that I've met here, you know, a variety of different people from different walks of life.
And then it's great to see also, you know, people from Surf Simply. You know, we may see Luis out there, we may see Gabby out there, we may see Loud out there.
Yeah.
You know, so we'll see everybody.
That's true. That when you talk about the community, is like everyone that works here loves surfing.
It's an excellent team of professionals that take care of you, whether it be through delicious food to safe time in the water to coaching tips. And they get along real well together and have a good time, which makes it fun.
So I love the food, love the massage, love the room, loved everything about it. But I think my favorite thing was just coming back, talking to so many interesting people, sitting around the pool.
I would say that it's like this amazing, supportive place to just be, you know, very supportive, very safe place to be vulnerable and try something, you know, that you know, are working on, that you're struggling in the best way possible, right? Like you're moving towards something. I was just so impressed by all of you. You put together like an amazing program, and the work that you do every day is just so inspiring. People are good at lecturing, they're good at coaching.
Everybody's so friendly, so nice, attentive, pay attention to the details. I've been very impressed.
Everybody here has their specific job, and I feel like each person with their own specific job is really good at what they do. Professional, but like Brett said, also kind and engaging.
You know, it's funny because I just had to explain this to somebody that I was on a phone call with, and the way I explained it to him is it's like a 5-star resort vacation combined with 5-star surf coaching. So you're really getting the best of both worlds.